Hello, good morning. It's about 9:45 a.m. right now, and I'm eating my delicious Chobani yogurt flip. And I have my Shape of Water movie soon, so right after I'm done eating this, I'm going to head over and hopefully it's a good movie. And right after I get back, I'm going to go hiking. Feel like I slept pretty well. Woke up feeling great. It's a pretty nice warm day outside, so really looking forward to that. Okay, so I finished watching the movie around 12:30 and I pretty much just rushed home because I wanted to head straight to hiking right away. It's already 1 o'clock and the drive is nearly an hour, so by the time I get there, I feel like I'll only have an hour or two before daylight is over. So I feel like I'm kind of rushed, although to be honest, I'm not really sure if I would even hike for more than an hour one way. I actually haven't hiked that long one way in a while, and I think that's because the heat out here just usually prevents me from doing that, and I am always super concerned about what her energy level is like, if she's too hot. So today is a day where I think the heat is completely fine for her. It's definitely not going to be a concern. But yeah, I haven't gone hiking in 2 to 3 weeks, I think. So I am really looking forward to it. Honestly, today, I'm getting a little tired of living in the city. Driving around here is just awful. There are so many people stopping constantly, and this is why I hate the city. I really didn't think that it would be this different, mainly because San Diego is a much different city compared to New York. I think I'll probably want to talk about the movie when I'm not driving because I'm getting on the highway soon, and that will cause a lot of background noise. So while I'm still driving slow in the city, I'm recording now, but getting on 805 soon, so I am going to just focus on driving. This area is so beautiful, and I'm really excited because there was only one other car in the parking lot, and it was just somebody sitting there in their car. I didn't notice until I started walking that they were still there. But I mean, sometimes I do get a little nervous about being out here by myself, but I'm sure everything should be okay. Too bad that she can't protect me. She's much too small. But we haven't gotten very far, but it's so pretty out here, and I'm really happy. Let's do some practice of recall. Come. Good. Good, very good. Break. Good job. So every time I go hiking, I like to practice recall. God, Puppers, you're so funny. Look what she just gave me. Look what she just brought me. She honestly has been doing this so much more, where she just brings me something for me to throw for her. Wow, calm down. Oh God, dust. Now she can't find it. But yeah, I think it's so cute. She has never done that before, just picking up something random for me to throw and play fetch with her. Is this your offering to me? Is this your offering to me? Puppers, we're hiking, we're not playing fetch. We're gonna keep going now, okay? I'm sorry. I really do hope we can play fetch more often without outside interferences. Pups, let's go. We're not playing. Come on, let's go. I'm sorry. Come on, let's go. No, we keep going. No fetch. This trail is so beautiful. I think this view right here is breathtaking. You see some pretty cool structures, see the highway, and then you see all this other nature right below it. There's actually a stream down there, but I'm not gonna be foolish enough to go down there, even though it would be cool to have her by the water. She has only done it once before. But we're moving at a super slow pace because I keep taking pictures, but I don't come out here very often, so I really wanna treasure it. You know, I have to say, I really like this trail, mainly because it's a wide open path and you just see a lot of open space. Like, my God, my heart, it's so pretty out here. Imagine if you were having a bad day and you came home, went out on your balcony with like a cup of tea or coffee or something, and you were just looking out into open fields, some beautiful trees, just amazing, just an amazing visual. I feel like that would be the dream. She's too fast for me. Go, 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 go. Break. Good. That's it. Puppers, have more. All right. Okay, I just got done with my hike and it was really windy towards the end, and it was honestly kind of chilly for most of it, so that sucked. When I was nearing the parking lot, like directly seeing my car, I saw this woman and her off-leash little dog, and I basically hugged the far side away from the dog as much as possible, but of course it kind of started approaching us. So I ended up just holding Riley back, and I used my left foot to kind of like, I just flung my left foot at him a little bit to keep him away because he was getting kind of close. And then this dumb woman is like, I'll get him, you don't have to kick him. I really hope that people eventually start to learn that if some stranger's random dog approaches you, you are 100% within your right to kick this dog, because you don't know this dog's behavior. It could be aggressive, and it's basically just some like wild animal approaching you. So you want to protect yourself. I want to protect Riley. This dog should not be off leash if this freaking dumb woman doesn't have control of it. There was also another man she was with. So when I started to walk away, I heard him yelling at the dog again, because I suspect it started following us. So, you know, sometimes I'm still so disappointed in myself for not being more assertive. I feel like I'm still a little bit wary of kicking a dog when I am within my right. But I think I would maybe just feel more comfortable if I had some other device, like a stick, to just like wave at the dog so the dog doesn't get as close as it does, because I have short legs. But I think just carrying a stick is just something else I have to hold on to, which is kind of why I don't really like to do that. And it's just disappointing to me because there was nobody on this trail this whole time, and I still think I tend to take it a little hard when I come across an off-leash dog that is disobeying its owner. I mean, that is typical. 90% of the time you see a dog off-leash, I just assume that the owner has no control over it. So, I mean, this dog didn't get close enough to be kicked, I think, but it did get close-ish to my personal space, my comfort zone, that I felt the need to kick at the dog, not in a way that it would hit the dog because it wasn't close enough, but it did back up because I did that. So that is the only way I can protect myself. I could probably next time take off my backpack and just, like, I don't know, throw it at the dog, like wave it in front of me or something. It's just unfortunate that when someone else's dog runs up towards you, they get angry at you for protecting yourself. So for anybody that has ever experienced a situation where an off-leash dog runs at you, trust me that it is within your right to kick the dog to protect yourself. You don't know anything about the dog, so protect yourself first. Worry about your responsible owner after, because I have heard of so many situations where someone gets bit by a random dog. Don't let that happen to you. Just kick the fuck out of the dog. Let the owner take care of it, and if it ends up biting you, definitely call whatever authority is necessary for dealing with that, because those situations need to be dealt with, I personally think. And I think if I ever got bit by a dog, I would want the owner to have a consequence for it, because they can't just, a dog can't be biting humans. That's not right. So I'm sorry about that rant. I just really hate coming across people who have no respect for others, especially with the way their dog behaves. So I'm going to head back now. My tire pressure for one of my tires is actually low, and I think I know which one it is because I hit the curb a little bit a couple days ago. So I'm going to need to find a gas station and pump it up with air a little bit before I get home. It's just something I want to deal with right away. So time to head back. I am pretty tired. So I was foolish and I came to Kung Fu Tea, and it is 4:07 p.m. and there is a line out the door, and I'm not dealing with that shit, so I'm going to go get some Wendy's. So this is what I ended up getting. A half-sized apple pecan chicken salad, and then strawberry lemonade from Wendy's. I also got fries, but those kind of disappeared on the drive back. But yeah, man, I can't believe Kung Fu Tea had a line. Well, it's not that I can't believe it, it's just disappointing when I go there and there is a line, and I don't want to wait 30 plus minutes for some fucking bubble tea. Their service really sucks at times like that. Hopefully the angle isn't too weird, but I wanted to just not hold the camera up for once when I'm home, because I start shaking a lot and that's not pleasant, and the camera gets heavy. But I wanted to talk about The Shape of Water, since I didn't have time to earlier. I was in such a rush to get home, to go hiking, that I've just been running around since 10 in the morning. But just to make sure that I don't spoil anything, I really can't say too much. But I will say that I was deeply touched. I thought the music was fantastic. It was by Alexander Desplat, who did the soundtrack for The Painted Veil, I believe. Either that or Coraline as well. Yes. Okay, so yeah, Alexander Desplat did do the soundtrack for The Painted Veil. If you have never seen that movie, I highly recommend it. It is one of my favorites, with Naomi Watts and Edward Norton. Edward Norton is superb, but unfortunately I think he may have rubbed Hollywood the wrong way, so he's not in much. But actually, there was a trailer today for the next Wes Anderson movie, and he is in that as a voice of a dog. So yeah, the music was just beautiful. Honestly, when I first saw the trailer, I was just like, wow, this trailer just looks so appealing. The story looks very interesting. I guess I could say that the story feels pretty original. I guess the main familiar part of this movie was just that Michael Shannon plays the bad guy, And when Michael Shannon plays a bad guy, he's a really bad guy. Like, he plays a bad guy so well that you just hate his guts, but he's just so good at it. He's such a good actor, and it's awesome that he is getting so many more roles these past few years. But yeah, I remember when I first saw him in Boardwalk Empire, he has really, really expanded. But anyways, yeah, I think the movie is definitely going to be added to my favorites of 2017. I'm trying to cram all these movies in so I could actually have 10 movies that I could talk about, but I don't think I will make it. I'll probably fall short, but the acting, perfect. Octavia Spencer, Sally Hawkins, Richard Jenkins, actually haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, the movie was very good. I would recommend that people watch it. I can't say too much, don't want to spoil anything at all, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, and the creature itself looks super realistic. I think it was really cool. I don't know who designed him, but Guillermo has a very vivid imagination, and I thought it was such a pleasure to watch that movie. But I think I'm gonna just kind of shut down for tonight in terms of, I guess, not really wanting to record anything else later on. And there is some Dota in 5 hours. The games are kind of late tonight. Dota in 5 hours, but in the meantime, I'm probably just going to be playing some games. So today was a good day, long and tiring. Well, actually, so one thing that I want to kind of say is just that I am the kind of person that really focuses on some negative event more than I should. So earlier, right when I was done hiking and coming across that dog, whenever those instances happen, it becomes very hard for me to feel good overall about the hike, because all I can think about was that instance. And it really sucks because I end up just thinking about like future hikes and me worrying about other scenarios like that. And it really does suck because any encounter with a dog in that way is always going to suck. I think even if I had more things to keep the dog away, just the fact that it's happening would just kind of stick with me. So I end up thinking constantly on the drive home, like, man, I don't know if I want to take her hiking with me anymore because of instances like this, or man, in the future, I hope I have a house with a yard. That way she can roam free in this yard and be protected from situations like that. But at the same time, even if I do have a yard, it would be nice to take her hiking with me. So my brain doesn't really turn off, and I always try to think like, how do I deal with this in the future? And I never stop thinking about it. So it would be nice if I wasn't like that, because it does bring on a lot of frustration in my mind, even though it already happened, right? It happened, and I should just stop thinking about it because it's done, can't change it anymore. But I am the way I am. Smells a little weird. This is what happens when you have 3 pets. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great Saturday. And since I was so busy today, I think tomorrow is going to be a super stay-in day. So have a good night, everyone.